Speaking of financial stuff, I'm trying to get out from under this car I bought. Like I bought a car just to floss in, just to kind of have fun. Because whenever I wasn't doing the podcast, I was like, I'm bored as shit, and I always like having a cool car.
It's a crisis mobile.
I don't know. It's like I don't go into crisis mode.
Mobile. It's definitely the most crisis of all crisis cars. There are three different kinds of there are three actual crisis cars out there. You know what they are?
You're talking about like midlife crisis.
Yeah, like you have a midlife crisis, so you're going to buy one of these three cars usually. Take a guess on what any of the three are.
Well, I'm guessing it's definitely not a Prius, right?
No, it's not that.
Midlife crisis car.
There are three of them.
Possibly a Mercedes?
No.
Do you want the brand or the model?
I want the brand plus either the model or the general model of what it is.
So I won't name my car yet because obviously you think it's one of them.
It's 100% one of them.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Think about it, man.
Give me a hint.
BMW.
Okay. BMW, the brand.
Yeah.
What, like a 3 Series?
3 Series, yes.
Okay.
That's a crisis.
See, to me, a 3 Series is I want to look like I have money, but I really don't.
Right. An M3 is super crisis mobile.
Right.
Yeah, easily. The second one, Infinity. Which one?
No.
Yes, dude.
G35?
G35, G37.
Are you serious? That's
Absolutely.
a crisis mobile?
That's a crisis mobile, dude.
No.
Tell you right now, it's a crisis
That's
mobile.
more like a younger guy.
That's like I can't
to...
afford the BMW, but I want to be in I want to look cool.
Okay. But see, to me, crisis mobile, you
That's
can't.
a crisis mobile, dude.
So what's the third one? This is what I have.
This is what you got. A Corvette, but an older one.
Right.
Not
like
a brand new one.
Like a C4.
Because no one can afford the fucking new ones.
Jeez, the new ones are amazing. There's one,
really
the
nice.
Aero.
They look like a Batmobile.
No, the Aero kit is $140,000. Like when my car came out,
it looks like a superhero's car, right?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing looking.
Although the base model is like, it still looks amazing, but when you get this,
Z06 looks incredible.
Well, there's a Z06 and you get an Aero package that's $38,000 just a package.
Okay.
And it's like just a looks package too.
Because last generation's Corvettes, they made one called a ZR1, which is really rare. And it has a transparent, piece of the hood is transparent and you can see the top of the supercharger. Anyway, that one's extremely rare. In fact, when you, at the gym that you work out in, the biggest dude at the gym actually owns one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
Who's
ZR1.
the biggest guy at the gym?
So you need to open up your eyes, man. Because a ZR1 is a freaking sick car.
Oh,
man.
yeah. I was looking at them. There's one right now on Craigslist, but it's $89,000.
The white one. The white ZR1 is incredible.
So let me see if I can pull up the Z Aero package.
I'm looking for that. Show me this Aero thing, dude. Those all look like old vets, man.
Oh, you know what? It's a C7. That's why.
Okay. I was about to say, those don't look that good.
So
that's okay.
Yeah, it's something like this right here. It's on our YouTube page.
It looks like something that belongs in Le Mans.
Yeah.
It's a GT3 race. It is like a Le Mans car. Where's this Aero kit you're
GT3
talking
racer.
about?
I don't know, but it's amazing.
Dude,
I think this is the front end of it. Yeah, the Aero package right there.
Pretty nice.
Aero,
I think I've seen one of those, or two maybe.
AERO Aero package. So like the gills on the side, it's got a way bigger spoiler on the back. The gills stand out.
I've seen those. I've seen those. Yeah, those are crazy.
And then the side with some rims. And then, that's like $140,000 vet. But it's still a great deal if you look at it. It's like 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds.
They're really good bangs for the buck.
So everything's a bang for the buck now. I got a C5 vet, which is like a 2097 to 2004.
I had one.
Yeah, you had one when it was pretty new.
I had it when it was okay
you had
to have the crisis. I had a pre-crisis.
You had a purple one, which
I'll get you a high-res picture of it, and you will be like, "Damn."
It looked nice, but the color made you look like a girl, like driving. Like you would think it's a chick
why
in there.
I got tons of girls in that car. That would explain.
No, you're gonna get girls in a vet. But when it's purple, guys are gonna look at it and be like, it's a nice car.
It's not the purple that you're thinking of. It's not like the purple that we have behind you on the screen. This is a very deep metallic purple. It's interesting looking. If you looked up rare amethyst Corvette, you would
see. That's what you have to tell people. You're like, I got an amethyst Corvette, because you don't want to say I got a purple.
There's only 224 made in that year.
There's a reason nobody wants them.
I've only seen it once after I sold mine. You know that? That's how freaking rare it is to see it. There's even one more rare than that. It's called Fairway Green. There's only 137 of those or something like that.
Right. Mine is the best color. It's called
gray.
No, it's called Cyber Metallic Gray.
That's when you have a crisis car. When they have to call it something.
But yeah, I'm putting it on Craigslist, right? I'm trying to sell this thing because I'm like,
fucked up, dude.
Why?
Because last time that you talked to me about this thing, you said that you got an offer that was
I got a full price offer with what I had paid taxes on it.
Wait, is this app Batmobile software that you have in there?
No, that's the thing. I'm trying to get the money back on. I made the whole because the interior on a 04 is like really old looking.
It's like terrible.
Yeah, so I gutted it, and now it looks like a 2016 like fully modern. I have like full internet,
It's
screens,
nice, yeah.
everything in there, whole system.
You're trying to get that back.
I spent about $1,500 on that.
You can't get that back.
Yeah, so I'm thinking
That's
I'm
what
going to eat
happens
it.
with upgrades. You don't get those back.
Well, here's my issue with what's going on. So I guess the economy's bad. People can't really afford a car like that.
No, it only happens to be 2 or 3 fucking generations old, like Corvette.
Yeah, but people
now. You're
still buy them.
It's an old Corvette, though.
But I guess because like at that price, the price it gets into at that point,
Yeah.
it's getting into the hands of like shitheads can afford it.
How much did you spend on this car?
Like 16,000,
right?
16,400.
And then you spent like 15.
With taxes,
right?
I was like 18.5, and that's the offer I got.
Holy shit!
I should have taken it.
Oh, so you would have just eaten the app stuff you put in there,
Right. I was basically going to eat all the like about $1,500 worth of apps.
and you
stuff.
got an offer that was like face value, basically.
Yeah, I should have taken it.
You should've
No,
taken it.
I should have negotiated. I'm reading a book on negotiating, and you don't want the other guy to feel like he's having a bad deal. Mm-hmm. So when you initially like, oh fuck you, I'm not taking that kind of thing.
Right.
When he offers you, he basically feels like he's getting a bad deal. So you want to negotiate somewhat, and he would have probably gone up to 19.5. I would have bet. But I was so like blow off on him the moment he said it.
What year was yours again?
04?
I can't remember if mine was an 04 and 01.
No,
Either
yours was
one.
01.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because you had told me.
I think it was.
You
an
told me,
01.
hey, you want to buy at least a 02 because I had problems. That's what you told me.
Okay, so maybe I bought an 01. I got mine for 20.
Yeah, but you got it back in the day.
20,500.
Way back in the day.
80,000 miles there. 70.
Right. Yeah. So mine's pretty low miles. But here's the
crazy.
issue I'm getting. So I guess it's just shitheads trying to buy that car. Other than that one offer,
Yeah.
it's guys emailing me now saying,
Will you take 15? Will you take 13?
no. Hey, would you want to finance this car for me?
What?
Like individuals want it. Like that is the worst. I'm like, I'm not a bank. I mean,
Really?
think about this. So, and they always have like they're trying to make it so I'll get insurance on it. Don't worry. If anything happens to
that.
it, you can just take it back. And I'm just thinking, okay, so I'm going to get no money from this guy. He's going to drive around in my car and pay me like $200-$300 a month. Immediately, he's going to be some shithead. Oh, I can't afford it this month, man. Sorry. He's going to start hiding my car
And guess
from
what?
me.
You don't have the car either.
Right. So it's the worst. And guys, I'm only bringing this up as kind of a warning to people that get these kind of people on Craigslist trying to offer you this kind of money. Don't trust anyone like that. That's called a bad financial decision. And CMFK's done it. So I had a guy today.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, you want to finance the car for me? And I'm like, sorry, I can't do that.
Get him on call, dude. Put him on the men's.
Yeah, I need to.
And just be like, look, I can do it. It's going to be $700 a month. And then calculate.
I wouldn't even do it for
$10.
$1,000.
No, calculate like 20% or something ridiculous. Like, look, to borrow from me would be 20% interest. You know, like just say something crazy.
Yeah, I should
and
make
just
a
get him
prank
on the
call
phone.
for him. Yeah.
Right. And even if he's like, yeah, I'll do it, you'd be like, let me think about it. And then, like, waste all his time. No, seriously.
Yeah, we should make a prank call before you
should.
leave. So then I say no, right? And he goes, so send me the VIN number and I'll try to get a loan. So immediately I'm thinking maybe it's a scam. And then I'm like, they can't really do anything with my
Right.
VIN number.
Yeah, they can't.
You know?
So you did, right?
So I give him my VIN number and then he goes, well, the bank didn't want to give me the loan, but if you want, you can come co-sign for me. And
There's no way, dude.
a stranger wants me to co-sign. A stranger
no
that can't
fucking
even get a
way.
loan.
There's no way.
So either his credit's bad or he doesn't make enough income to even afford
This is
that
for
car.
real? You're not fucking
Yes,
around?
it's for real.
That is absurd.
Would you ever in your right mind do
What's
that?
wrong with this economy? What's wrong with these people?
The fact that he thinks somebody else will do it, that means somebody's doing it.
Oh, that's
Because you self-finance homes, right? And when you do that, it's actually a good deal for the person doing it because it's easy to just evict somebody and take their house back if they don't pay you.
Mm-hmm.
And 99% of these people who are doing this self-finance are basically never going to end up paying you for 30 years. So like you get a lot of money every month, way more than what it's worth.
Right.
Plus you get a big down payment, like 20, 30,000.
At some point.
At some point you get the house back.
Get the house back.
So people actually, these guys that are
that's
on
funny.
Craigslist self-finance, there's a lot of, they're hoping somebody does that.
Falls for it.
Because it gives them like a revenue stream of income, especially if they have paid off houses. They get a huge chunk up front and then they get that back.
What's like setting? They get all the information from the person. So like, what's preventing the person being like, "Hey man, can't make my payment this month, but you can't kick me out either because all my shit's in there."
Well, then you evict them.
Right, but you
Because
evict them over in law, right? Like,
yeah,
through
exactly.
law,
You don't
but
just come drag them out the house.
But what's stopping people from like these people are the lowest of the lowest, right? Like what's stopping them from just setting the whole house on fire?
Well, that's a risk you take too when you buy like foreclosed homes and stuff. A lot of times the guy getting kicked out still living in there, and you own the house now, and he gets angry at you. So what they do sometimes they take concrete and just pour it down all the toilets.
Are you serious?
And then you're fucked. Like you have to basically rip out all the plumbing. Yeah, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's real risky. I was looking at doing something like that, foreclosures, but the guys would tell me stories like that. Yeah.
They pour concrete down the toilets.
Yeah, and then it just solidifies it in all the drains, and then
you got to go down the foundation at that point, right?
Yeah, you got to break through everything, and your plumbing's fucked. So there's that risk.
Oh my!
But the way these people get past it, it's called cash for keys.
Yeah,
and they'll go in there and be like, "I'll give you $2,000,000," because they're way on the positive side on the house, right? They probably up market value like 50, 60,000 maybe.
Okay.
So they'll be like, I'll give you $2,000. You got to move out like tomorrow. Like, and I'll pay it down like $500 on an apartment or something.
Just to make sure that
that's what they do. But then you got that one guy that's just uber pissed off that he's losing his house.
Right.
And now this guy rolls up that he knows is going to make a lot of money on his misery. And he's going to try to get you, you know?
Holy shit.
So when you're in that business, that's some of the stuff you got to worry about.
Dude, no joke.
But yeah, one of these other guys that came to look at him, the guy that made me the offer, I should have taken it because he destroyed my car. He comes in, right? It's like...
What does he look like?
So him and his buddy show up. He's like, my buddy's got vet too. I want to say, he's going to come look at it. So then he shows up to my garage and he's like by himself first. And the guy was like 6'5" and obese, like badly obese, like could barely walk, you know, like 500 some pounds.
And he wants to buy a vet?
He wants to buy the vet.
Wait, so he wanted to fit in a vet somehow?
Yeah. So now he starts walking around. I'm showing him everything. And you've seen my vet. It's like flawless, right? The paint, everything. It looks like a brand new car. That's why I bought it. It's in really good condition. So he's walking around and then he starts. I said, hey, look at that thing, man. That paint's perfect. He's like, I think I saw some. There was nothing he saw. He's just making that shit up. And then
that's so funny.
Then he opens the door and he's like, mind if I sit in? And I wanted to tell him like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
And he starts getting in there and I'm like, fuck. Cause I'm like, I don't want to lose a sale. I'm like, fuck.
The suspension. Did you see your vet go down to the ground a little bit?
Well, in those year vets, there's an issue with the seating where there's certain brackets that can break. And then like whenever you brake or accelerate too fast, the seat rocks back and forth like that.
What the fuck? So
you don't want that happening. So that's going through my mind. Like 100 things within 5 seconds. He's already like down. And before I can say something, he's like so overweight and out of shape.
Yeah.
He gets to that one point when he's squatting down where like the body can't even hold the body up anymore.
So it's like point of no return.
Well, he's trying to go down really slow, but then
Is he grunting? Is he like?
Yeah. And he's holding on to the backrest of the seat and it's just like tilting back, right? It's like bending almost. And then as he gets to that point of no return, his legs just give out and it's just like boom, like into the seat. I'm like, fuck. Like I'm just looking at the seat. I'm like, so he gets out. It seems okay, but all that I got in the other day, it seems like it's like tilted to the right side. Like you're kind of at an angle now when you sit. So then he goes.
So wait, when you're driving your horizons off a little bit?
Yeah,
like
right.
A plane?
Right.
That's like banking a turn, except it's just going straight?
Like it's a gyroscope off like by a little bit on the side. And then he's like, my friend's here. He's got his vet. So his buddy shows up in like a new vet.
Yeah.
Like a Z06, like a new one. Not a new one, but a C6, like the
That's
older,
nice,
before the new. Yeah, it's real nice.
Yeah.
I found out they don't have the removable tops like the new ones. The Z06s don't.
They're all fixed roof?
Fixed roof. But I mean, the regulars are. So, so then the friend gets out of the car and he's almost as big as this guy. Like they're almost twins, like they're buddies, and
they're like determined to destroy your shit.
Yeah, and this guy's like super vet guy. He knows he's got every vet except the very first one and the very last one. He's got one of each. You know, so he's got like 4 different generations.
So he's
of vet.
looking to complete the crisis?
No, he's just helping this guy make sure everything's okay. So he like knows everything about the vet, and he's going in and out, and he's like, mind if I drive? And then now I'm freaking out because the driver's seat has the very bottom where you sit on, it's like the leathers in different sections, right? And the very bottom where you sit on is like, it's got these things I call micro tears because it's perforated leather or fake leather almost. I think it's fake leather. So it's like holes in the leather, and they're round. On the passenger seat,
That's for breathability.
right. It's
Yeah.
perfect on the passenger
That's so
seat.
your fucking taint will be okay. Like,
It's when you
if you're going
fart,
to
the
like
chos, man.
it's that, but it's if like you're going to a 5-star dinner. It's to make sure that you don't have the ass sweat of death like on your tuxedo. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you gotta. So it allows.
It's a sporty look, is what they call it. So
Man.
I'm like, okay, these micro tears are not going to be able to withstand this guy's weight when he falls
So you did
down.
these calculations in your head.
Well, I'm thinking that, but then I'm thinking, oh, this is a done deal. Like the guy drove down from Houston, like 4-hour drive, just
Right.
to look at it, and like you could tell he really liked it. Like it's in really good shape. You know, you don't find that year in that condition. So I'm like, and all the stuff I've put inside it. So I'm like, it's a done deal, right? Because I told him before he comes, I said, I will not negotiate on this price. This is it. You know, I'm selling it at kind of a loss, which I actually selling it at break even. But I'm like, I can't even go down a penny. So he's still looking at it, right? And he wants to. So I'm like, it's a done deal. He's gonna pay me my offer.
So you're like, I don't care if they sit in it now.
Yeah. So no, well, I'm still like, in the back of your head, you're like, nothing's a done deal till it's a done deal, right?
Right.
So he kind of this guy is the same kind
How'd
of.
this guy even get out of the fucking vet, dude?
Oh, they rock back and forth,
Huh?
and then they roll. It's like a walrus, man. That's what it looked like. They look like walruses, like on the beach, trying to just roll over.
So wait, they destroy your chair. Now they want to destroy your suspension, both left and right side of the whole car, trying to get out.
Well, he hasn't even
fuck is
sat in
wrong with
yet.
this?
So finally, I'm like,
is not
well,
good
if I
for you,
tell
man.
him, well, if I tell him he can't ride in it, like
Yeah.
that's it. They're gonna think something's wrong with the car, right?
Right. It's true.
So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, man. So this guy drops in too. Like he hits that point of no return thing, and the legs buckle out, and he just drops into the seat. Like I think that's how he sits down every time. Like,
Right.
Because he can't just drop from the very top. He's gonna hurt himself, right?
Reminds me of like an Ice Cube, like you know when like they're flossing down like Crenshaw Boulevard or something in those cars. It's like
You know, the lowriders that are hopping up and
they're
down.
like thinking like today was a good day. Yeah, the lowrider. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But they like go to the side
Right.
and all their horizons tilt, and then anyway.
Yeah. So he gets in, drive around, whatever, and then he gets out. I'm immediately inspecting the seat, and the micro tear, like four.
Probably
of
did
them,
what your dad does.
it was going to my head. I was like, but the micro tears now had completely, like two of them had just like the four holes, like had, you know, like what's that connected dots kind of four square thing?
Yeah.
Like four of the dots on two of the tears that like all connected.
Oh.
So now it's like two tears down there. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to tell him about the tears that he tore them.
Oh, wow.
Because then he's going to want a discount, right?
Right.
So then everything's done, and he comes back in and makes me pull. Okay, this is 2 hours into it. This guy is just, so I'm like, it's a done deal. They wasted 2 fucking hours of my day. And finally gets in. He's like, okay, you ready to go to the bank? I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, so here's the deal. Like he's trying to just tell me the deal.
Oh.
So here's the deal. I'm going to pay you $18,500 for it. And I immediately, I said, no, I wanted 20.
Okay.
What I should have done is negotiate, right?
Okay.
A little bit so it doesn't feel ripped off. And
Right.
So I go, man, I told you, man. I try to say it in a nicer way as possible,
Okay.
but I was fucking pissed now because it's 2 hours of my time. I have 2 tears in my
So you're
seat
trying
now.
to be playful with the two big people.
I
It
was.
didn't work out.
Yeah. And then I finally go, listen, man, I said, I told you I was firm on the price
Yeah.
because I knew you were having a long drive here. You know, I said, I wish you had told me this on the phone so I wouldn't have wasted your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking my time's wasted, you know?
Right.
Because I was going to go hustling that day, and I couldn't because the guy came at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
And then broke her car.
So then he leaves, and I think he was expecting me to call because I had actually, his van was parked like at the Walgreens about half a mile down.
Yeah.
And I drove back there like 30 minutes later, past there, just to see if he was still there, and he was still sitting in his car.
Really?
So I think he was just waiting for the return because I had an hour and a half left before my bank closed.
And you were like, fuck you, man.
No, what I should have done was call him back,
should've,
and I
but
should
you
have
didn't.
said, right. I was thinking
But
the
you have
car
a
would
point,
sell right
too.
away.
You have a point too, because if you think it's worth 20, I think it was worth 20. They came down and then probably were like, okay, to me it's worth 18.5, but realistically, no one would do a 4-hour trip
No, I think
if it wasn't worth 20. It was
I think
worth
he
20.
just assumed he's 100% guaranteed. Like I'm going to go down on the price. Like
What a moron.
yeah.
Well, they just wasted their time more than yours.
Right. I think he was, you could tell like he was, because I was out there still like talking
What
to
an
his buddy
idiot.
about vets, and he was just sitting there silently just in the corner. He wasn't all happy anymore.